There are many options to choose from when it comes to picking tools to handle impact strategy, data collection, data analysis, and impact reporting. While these tools offer some distinct advantages to smaller scale organizations, this doesn't necessarily scale well when data is being collected from many different sources for multiple programs. Most organizations find a need to create a common data warehouse to store all of their information so that data learning and reporting can happen seamlessly and continuously. Hey everyone, my name is Chris Gaines, lead trainer at SoapAct. Today we're diving into different tools that organizations use for measuring and managing social impact, and situations in which your most common approaches may not end up being very effective when establishing your impact management process. While many nonprofits and social enterprises collect data, most organizations trip up when it comes to deriving insights from the data that is collected, and this gets worse when data is collected on a continuous basis, and there's no well-established process to turn the data from raw data to insightful information. Also, when pricing out a solution, it is important to think about the different factors that affect cost, including the cost of the tool itself, the cost to train people to use said tool, hiring people with special skills on specific products you may be using, the time it takes to set up the entire process to work within your organization's workflow for continuous learning and improvement, and the customization that might be required to tailor it to your specific needs. Perfect tool selection integrates with a well-designed data strategy, and it can be very effective in improving accountability of your data and your insights. This makes continuous learning easier and drastically simplifies the process of reporting direct impact specific to each funder that you engage with. In our last video, we covered some of the best practices and tips for simplifying data aggregation from different sources and building funder-specific impact reports. You can find a link to that video in the description below. So the next step is going to be to look a little closer at the role that tools play within your workflow. And before we get started, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the SoapAct channel so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos we have for you. Without further ado, let's dive into some of the tools and practices adopted by many organizations, some ways to avoid common pitfalls, and methods to radically improve continuous learning processes. First on our list, using different tools for monitoring and evaluation. Managing end-to-end monitoring and evaluation, or social impact measurement, requires 4 main steps. Number 1 is impact strategy, creating a theory of change or logical framework. The second is data collection. Third, we have data analysis. And finally, we have impact reporting. Organizations commonly use different tools for monitoring and evaluation or impact measurement. While using different tools can be effective in smaller scale operations, when an organization is running multiple projects in multiple locations, juggling these different tools such as online and offline data collection, Excel for aggregation, and Tableau for reporting can be extremely challenging when working to establish a robust learning and improvement process. In most cases, these tools are way more sophisticated than one may need, resulting in an unnecessary complexity and learning curves when applying them to your specific use case. Next topic, impact strategy. Often, most organizations work with impact practitioners to define their theory of change or logic model. The theory of change or logical frameworks are not just diagrams that can be agreed upon, but they have to be living and breathing processes through which the impact management lifecycle, from strategy, data collection, data analysis, and reporting, can all be worked between. This is a process that they use for continuous learning and improvement. Having identified measurable impact metrics is critical. Organizations can start with activities and output, but they must have a clear goal on how they will align them to measure their core outcome. These metrics are the culmination of a well-defined strategy that first identifies who, the kind of community or the stakeholder the organization is reaching out to, what, the impact or outcome they will focus on, and how, the depth and scale of impact, as well as the contribution of organizations in the impact risk if intervention is not carried forward. Identifying measurable impact metrics is just one of the steps. Organizations, especially with higher scales of operations, need to develop a systematic process to make the strategy actionable through systematic data collection and impact data analytics. Next up, mobile data collection. This may sound obvious, but organizations that serve people in parts of the world with choppy internet connection need to use mobile offline data collection tools. It is surprising to see well-established organizations using paper-based data collection practices that result in a massive waste of time and resources. This can be solved very easily using tools such as KoboToolbox. Offline mobile data collection reduces data entry pain and improves accuracy. However, organizations should have well-established processes that allow them to learn from their collected data. Without this, monitoring and evaluation staff goes through the painstakingly complex data aggregation process for different programs, locations, and sources, limiting their ability to learn and improve their program for their stakeholders. Processes that involve a lot of different tools and that involve a significant amount of manual processing of data is erroneous, time-consuming, and inefficient. This is where an easy-to-use configuration-driven platform can make a big difference in improving the data governance of the entire organization. Lastly, let's talk about data analytics and visualizations. A large number of organizations use bespoke visualization applications to learn from their collected data. These tools are great at what they do. However, to effectively establish impact measurement and management practices, one needs a tightly integrated analytics operation that can derive insights from the collected data. This ensures that the data flow is seamless from stakeholders to the visualizations that make its way into a dashboard or a report. This improves operational efficiency and helps the organization to focus on what they need to focus on, serving their stakeholders. And that's all for today. Here at SOPACT, we understand that organizations just like yours face challenges with impact management on a daily basis. So we've developed a platform that streamlines the process of impact management. Impact Cloud is a comprehensive solution that eliminates the need to integrate many tools from impact strategy, data collection, program data management, data analysis, dashboarding, reporting, and more. With this approach, you'll save months worth of reporting time, focus on high-quality data collection over number crunching, and align your reporting to each funder's metrics and reporting frequency. So, if you're ready to learn more and give it a spin, as always, head to sopact.com to start your journey with Impact Cloud. With that, I hope you learned something new, and I'm curious to hear what challenges you and your organization are currently facing when it comes to data. Drop a comment down below and let's get a discussion started. And don't forget to download your free copy of our monitoring and evaluation ebook to get more information on the subject. All links are in the description below. Lastly, don't forget to like and subscribe to the SOPACT channel so you never miss an upload. And until then, this has been Chris Gaines. I'll see you in the next one.